Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Good question.
I do not agree.
Okay, cool. I've been told to talk, which is something that is pretty easy for me. So, just a thing, just to assuage any things here. Just to point out quickly, the thing about speedrunners finishing sex, actually, we're actually very good at best ending category, just to point out, so that's fine. Anyway, melons, the other type. As you can see here, Cool Kid is playing Mega Man. He's currently playing Mega Man 2, I think, pretty sure this is 2. And what Nissa and Cripper did is they set up an electric current bands around bracelets that Cool Kid is wearing. There are 8 melons, set up, each for left, right, up, down, A, B, and then any additional ones for other car controls. And these are being sort of powered conductively. Here's Cripper showing it off with various fruit that we got from the kitchen. You can see the little bag in the background. It's where we set it up. We've been leaving this out here all day, basically today, and I imagine, again, as we said, until the melons expire. People have been playing all sorts of games. Some guys, we've seen Mega Man being played, Mario, Sonic. There was one game some guys did particularly well in with melons, and they were claiming that melons make the game better or more simple. But it's just sort of the things going on backstage. Cripper and Nissa aren't actually here to talk about it, but it's pretty interesting, especially to see people touching melons everywhere. Is the video frozen? Yeah. So because it's conductivity through the body, you can hold hands with somebody, lovely, and play alongside them. So here we go. Here we got Dexter playing Ninja Gaiden, sort of thing. Dexter's opting for a different strategy here, where he uses just the tips of his fingers to touch the melons. Yeah. As AMVX is pointing out, the melons are very sensitive, and just a little touch can be enough to set them off, you know. You can't just slap them, you know, throw your hands wherever you want, you know. You got to treat these things with respect. Gentle touches. God, I wish AMVX was mic'd up right now. You can grab one. He's got all these melon puns, man. This is what sleep deprivation does to you. But it's surprisingly enjoyable and surprisingly interesting to combine two things that not usually combine, which is touching of melons and video games. But we've had I can't remember which the game was. Do you remember which the game was that people swore that was fantastic to control with melons?
There was a Ninja Gaiden one. They did a Mega Man. I saw a Sonic 3D Sonic one. I think it was the Ninja Gaiden one.
Maybe. All I know is that I was not allowed to use Dance Mat for these melons. They would not let me combine those.
All I know is that I looked at it when they were building it. I was like, okay, I'm seeing a bunch of cables.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And then I came back to a controller of that.
It's when some guys come in with 8 melons, my initial reaction was, hey, melons for everybody. And they went out and bought us watermelons, but I guess this is more interesting.
Well, I was also wondering what sort of... Was this an idea going into it? Was it the fact that the local shop have watermelons sitting out the front?
They have a whole load of watermelons. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And now there's like about 4 of them sitting out there instead of a bunch. Was it like, hey, see those melons? I can make a controller out of that.
You see, usually it's a lot harder to just get melons, but here you just go down to the shop and pick them up.
Yeah.
We were talking about
pick them up by the pairs.
Yeah, exactly. Pick 2 at a time, you know. The other thing with these melons is they're right just outside the shop. There's no camera or anything looking at them. You could just, I mean, if you really desperately wanted a melon, you could just take one.
So what you're saying is poor speedrunners have been stealing watermelons.
Stealing melons, right. But yeah, the my actual second reaction after that was that they were going to make that melon vodka thing. They were going to drill a hole in it and pour vodka into it. Yeah, that's pretty good. But
you can't rule that out. After they've been used as a controller, they're still technically edible.
as
long as you don't mind the
edible.
fact that people's dirty hands have been all over the outside of the watermelon.
Yeah, but
But you're not
I'm
gonna
not
eat
gonna
the
I'm not gonna
outside.
eat the outside of the melon, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fine.
Maybe lick it a bit, but that's different.
It's fine. But effectively, for anyone who's chasing the basic science of it, you're just looking at basic conductivity.
Yeah.
Through the melon. I won't get into the advance of it because I'll embarrass myself for not knowing the exact specifics.
That's fine, and I'm sure there's an expert in chat, you know, who's probably like knows everything about this sort of thing, and he's like, "Whoa, that's not how electricity works. I just studied this in school the other day," you know.
But effectively, on the still frame that you can see up there, you can see a bunch of orange cables just to the left that are taped down. They're all the intermediate nodes that are going through to a built circuit board, which is then hooked up to the laptop, which is just playing ROMs off to the left hand side, and then that's obviously projecting to the actual main projector. The actual delay on it is next to nothing as well, going through all
Yeah, Cookit was getting zips in Mega Man with this thing.
Well, I actually managed to finish Mega Man.
Yeah, well, he finished the whole game, yeah.
Metroid, that was the other one.
Metroid? I didn't see Metroid, wow.
Someone finished a Metroid, defeated the final boss.
Damn.
And, in fact, this... I don't know if... No, it's not the video. Because he's in there where he has to jump with the furthest right-hand one. And then he... Because it's so sensitive, he just ends up slapping the second one so hard.
Then what happens?
Well, see, when a grown man loves a watermelon very, very much.
Wait, grown man?
Grown man.
Grown woman?
Well, yeah, here. In fact, no. This is it here. I think maybe.
No, this is Ninja Gaiden.
I can't really see the projector there. Oh yeah. No, it's a different one. But pretty much it's he reached a point where it was jump and then mash A.
Yeah.
To shoot. So.
Mash to shoot with the melons.
Yeah. So it was just slap a melon around until.
Slap a melon around until you're ready to go, then you just mash A and shoot everywhere.
Slap a melon until you finish it.
So skills are required.
Till eventually, you turn around and sexual harassment suits get, filed. And
yeah. Do you know a great way to get out of a sexual harassment lawsuit? Sleep with the judge. You can't hear a facepalm, but there was one just then.
I'm just trying to think of what my rebuttal would usually be for that if I wasn't so sleep deprived.
Well, the rebuttal's only if you get caught again. There's another one there.
Okay, that one's just gone.
Right.
We're done. That's
We're done. So
I would actually have no response for that.
There, you're right. Time. So this is the melons, playing with melons backstage. And this is why ESA is great.
And this is why you obviously don't let people around here get too bored as well.
Yes.
Because you've got some very intelligent minds kicking around with
nothing to do.
Yeah, with nothing to do, so they end up doing some things which could potentially be quite dangerous, potentially be quite interesting and rewarding, but it's only a matter of time before someone makes something that either conquers the world or explodes.
All right, so that's a little bit about
like
melons.
He's gonna try to beat you up.
Do you have any more questions about melons?
Well, you can. Edna's on a bench.
Jesus Christ, I don't know. Maybe buy a melon and play with it yourself. See what you can figure out about melons. But this is up to you. Bangerra is now here. He's ready to play Kirby's Dream Land.
If anyone's ever done the experiment where you stick in the little copper nodes into the potato to generate a light energy for a light bulb, it's the basic same principle, really. So we are going to jump over here. I'm going to throw
Kirby and then Adam's family.
Yeah, so it's Kirby, then Adam's family with Chukat and Bangerra. We're going to keep going through these games of the schedule, staying hopefully not too far ahead, but staying ahead, or at least on time.
I was trying to help. You can mention that it's
Kirby!
original schedule.
Oh, yeah, this is according to the original schedule, not the edited schedule, which is not matching the original schedule. So we probably should fix that somewhere, because the adjusted schedule is now really behind the original. Okay, that's just confusing. Anyway, we're ahead, and that's good. And Kirby's coming up. We're going to have Bangerra playing the game, some people in the room who will point out when we're ready to go. But we're pretty much just chilling out, waiting for Bangerra, so, you know, let's just leave it as that.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look very good.
Alright, just to distract you from the problem. On the couch with Bangerra. Bangerra's going to run the game. Bangerra wave. There we go. Joker? No, I didn't say wave. Joker's on the couch. You're going to stand up and spin around and then sit down again.
No.
Ah, you suck. No. Behind him, giggling away, is Chukat. Chukat wave. Let's see. Then next to that is Susie, Cruxit, and Thorio. So, you know, they're there.
Who's in the back?
That's exciting. Oh, and in the back there's Charlie. Turley. Sorry. You're very far away. So there you go. See, isn't that exciting?
We all learned something today.
Bangerra, do you want to talk about Kirby? And Kirby's Dream Land in particular?
I don't know. I've been playing this game for a long time, so yeah, the record's been broken last week with some new strats and stuff, but they're quite marathon unfriendly, so I'm gonna do the old route, the one I'm used to. I've been running this game since since it came out, basically, when I was like 5. Yeah, and ever since I've been kind of speedrunning it. Never was into the speedrunning scene until like 5 years ago. So it's been a long time before I actually knew about speedrunning that I did this. I really love the game. Kind of get tired of the intro music though. But we're trying to fix the issues. It seems like it's good. We're good to go? Alright. I'm gonna pick a somewhat usable color scheme because inverted colors aren't very nice. I could pick pink, but nah, we're gonna go with black and white. So I'm ready whenever. Yeah, give me a countdown. So this game is pretty much all the levels we try to do as optimally as possible. And there's pretty much no RNG in the levels themselves, but once we reach the boss fights, it's pretty much luck of the draw, what they're gonna do. Some bosses can take up to 40 seconds of like wasted time because they don't give me the pattern I want. The RNG already starts here. This guy can either do this, which wastes 10 seconds, or throw a bomb. So at this point I'm already 10 seconds behind and I can't do anything about it. But yeah, this is a marathon, so no resets. Yeah, for the rest this is a pretty straightforward game. There's no glitches that we use in the route because anything we found is useless. Pretty solid game overall. Kirby doesn't have any abilities in this game either, so it's pretty much just movement and using what you got. So we're coming up to the first boss fight here. The other one was just a mini boss. This guy can either throw apples or he can blow wind your way. I like that. So optimal pattern is no wind at all, and this is second best when he only blows 2. He can blow like 8 in a row, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, the Kirby dance is pretty powerful. This was the first Kirby game. This came before the NES Kirby's Adventure. And yeah, it kind of shows in how basic it is, but it's still a very solid game. Please, I was entering that door. This is one of the boss fights that doesn't have any RNG. It's a mini-boss, but he kinda has RNG at which point he comes out, but it doesn't waste any time. So the new record goes up there, the room above, and gets Hot Curie, which makes you blow out attacks in rapid succession. But it takes like 15 seconds to set up, and you need perfect RNG on this boss fight to make it worth it. So yeah, that was not too bad of a boss fight. You can do it in 3 cycles optimally, but that's really hard to do. Okay, Float Island has a lot of space to maneuver in, and it's pretty hard to get an optimal route down, but especially with the slowdown, you gotta kind of react to how the game performs. So it's a bit of improvisation on this level every time. Nice. Hitboxes in this game aren't very good. They're consistent, but you can often jump through a part of an enemy, which is often abused. Yeah, this is a boss that has no RNG at all. It's just, he does the same thing every single time. Except for the bullets he shoots, but you just damage boost through them, so it doesn't make any difference. There we go. Oh, flew up for some reason. I wasn't even touching the controller, so I'm not sure why that happened.
I love his serious expression all the time.
Yeah. And this is my favorite stage. This is the hardest stage to speedrun, but it gives you somewhat of a challenge. That's pretty hard to do, going through those. I probably shouldn't be big for this. Killing enemies to prevent lag is a big thing. Let's get this damage. No, it boosted me the other way. That's a shame. So yeah, if you get hit from the back, you get like a small speed boost forward. Which saves a few frames, I guess. So here we gotta do something very important, that is do a swag trick. You can do it like this also. You gotta alternate frames left and right. So yeah, this is an easy mini-boss. He throws like a complicated pattern, but you can just stand to the left and ignore it. And I missed the lemon, that's great. Now this guy's gonna hit me? Nope, okay. Okay, I only lost like a second or something, that's good. So yeah, this is the hot Kirby I was talking about earlier. It's a powerful power-up. It's so powerful that it completely lags out the game, so... yeah, this is the real RNG gauntlet. This guy's called Krakow, and he can do one of 4 things, I believe. And only one of them is throwing out a Waddle Dee, and with that Waddle Dee you can attack him. Sometimes he refuses to throw Waddle Dees for like 40 seconds, which is great in a speedrun. So always fun to lose a world record pace run to 40 seconds of, yeah, just Krakow refusing to give you something to attack him with. Going fairly good so far. Not great, but could be worse. There we go. There was a fairly constant pace of Waddle-Dees. Optimally, he just throws 6 Waddle-Dees in a row, but that's task luck. Task manipulation even, so that's never gonna happen on a real-time run. And yeah, so that's pretty much half the game. Now we're gonna do the refights and the final boss. There's Gordos, spiky enemies guarding the doors to the boss, the refights. And they're a one-hit kill. But there are strats that you can take damage right before them and use your invincibility frames to phase through them without dying. But since this is a marathon, I'm not gonna attempt those. It's too risky to get hit and die. Yeah, you destroy them by picking up a different Kirby, and it freezes the game for a second or 2. So yeah, if you damage boost and go through the Gordos, you save like a second. Yeah, our favorite boss yet again. The 40 seconds I was talking about, yeah, it can happen twice. But wow, this is pretty good. That were 3 Waddle Dees in a row. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was amazing. No. Oh, spikes have horrible hitboxes. They only hit you when you're like completely inside of them. Yeah, now this boss fight, but this time I kind of want to be preservative with my life because I want to do some risky strats on the final boss to speed up some of the cycles. Yeah, that went perfectly. Now the easiest boss for last. So yeah, you can use that enemy there to take damage and go through the Gordo, but nah, I'm not doing it on the marathon. So yeah, decent RNG so far. We'll have to wait for what DDD does. Because he's the biggest troll factor in the end. He can do one of 4 things, and that is throw the hammer, jump, and both of those are good. Or he can suck, which wastes like 5 seconds each attack. Or do this. Oh, that's not a suck. He can also throw his body at you. And the record currently has 1 attack that's not something you can hit him with, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Time is coming up, by the way. So on the next hit, and time. Oh, that's good. That's really good. The world record is 11:23, I believe, with ridiculous luck on the last boss. So I lost like 30 seconds on DDD. So that's really not a bad run. Yeah, and next up is another Game Boy game, the real hype game. So yeah, Shuket. The cable is set up, so. Yeah? Oh,